I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Did you know food chains have 4 main parts? One of the parts is called a producer. This is an organism that can make its own food. In Virginia, an example of a producer is the oak tree. The oak tree absorbs sunlight to make its own food in its leaves and then produces acorns as a byproduct.
Acceptance is like you accept something about something. This is an example, but it hasn't happened to my parents. Like you accept that they're having a divorce, that's how you know how they're going on. You have to accept it because sometimes you never know what's going on. It's really sad that you know that they're going to be divorcing, but at least you have 2 privileges on Christmas and birthdays. You can go to 2 Thanksgivings. You can celebrate lots of things 2 times. But you will still be sad. But sometimes you guys can make a family meeting together. Like you accept that your best friend has to go to another country. I'll be really sad, but of course I'll accept it.
Hey All-Stars, check out Jump Rope Club. Thursday mornings at 8:40 a.m. All students and staff welcome. And if you don't have a jump rope, no problem.
Hello, All-Stars. We are in the last quarter of this crazy year, but there are still some fun ways to interact with your friends virtually through a club. If you don't know how to get to a club, it's important to go to Safari first, and you need to get to the Hoffen Boston webpage. Now, you may know all about the kebab, which helps you get to settings and teams, but I just recently learned about the hamburger menu. And the reason that's important is if you're on the Hoffen Boston webpage, the way to get to a club is to click on that hamburger menu right there that opens up a menu of different options. Okay? Now, you have to go to Programs, and then the first choice that's on there is going to say Join a Club. Once you click on that, you'll find the links to our awesome options. So, I hope to see you at Art Club on Wednesdays or Fridays, depending on when you can come, from 2:30 to 3, and check out the Join a Club menu to see what other options you have. Hope to see you there. Bye.
April is Autism Awareness Month, and it's a month where we focus on increasing understanding and acceptance of people with autism. Someone who has autism means their brains work a little differently than other people's. A person is born with autism. It's like people who have brown eyes or blonde hair. You have what you're born with. Think of autism as 2 different gaming systems. For example, there's Nintendo and PlayStation, and they're both for games, but they have different operating systems on the inside. They're the same but different, right? And like the brain, you can't see those differences. They're on the inside, just like the operating system of the games. So let's pretend for a second that our brains are like those operating systems. And let's say people without autism have brains with the Nintendo operating system, and people with autism have brains with the PlayStation operating system. So what that means is when your brain receives information from the world, like someone talking or the lights in the room, people without autism, their brains process it with a Nintendo operating system. With someone who has autism, their brain takes all that same information and they process it with a PlayStation operating system. So people without autism process information one way, and people with autism process information a different way. It's not wrong and it's not bad, it's just different. And because they process things differently, they respond to things differently. And with autism, the brain can get overloaded. And when that happens, they sometimes need breaks or wiggle time or make noises or sometimes need things like fidgets or headphones to give their brains time to catch up with their bodies. That's also why someone with autism may need more time to respond to your questions, or sometimes they don't speak but have other ways of telling you what they need. Some also like doing the same things over again every day because that's what makes them feel happy and safe. So if something changes, they can get really upset because that's how they're processing the situation. So just remember to be patient and kind. I hope you learned something about autism today. And remember that someone with autism likes to play and make friends just like anyone else.
Here you go. Ah, hello. Oh my god. Ah, punch, punch, punch. Ooh, owie, owie, ow. Ooh. Yay, I can fly. Oh, I'm alive. Yay, I can fly. I'm alive too. Yay, I can fly. Oh, where'd they go? Oh,